Our first guest in this hour is in the market for a job. Anyone hiring? Perhaps you'll be able to help him out. Meantime, he's been blogging about Autodesk's AutoCAD. And he's a fun guy to talk to on top of that, so we thought, let's get him on the program because there's a lot of neat things that AutoCAD blogger, the CAD Geek, Donnie Gladfelter. Hey, Donnie, welcome into Tomorrow. How are you?
Pretty good. Thanks for having me.
Found a job yet?
No, I'm still looking, passing out business cards like there's no tomorrow.
But there is an Into Tomorrow. So
there is an Into Tomorrow. That's right.
Very true. You are, of course, doing some great networking here at Autodesk. I'm seeing you all around and shaking hands and, as you said, passing out business cards. But what's neat is that people know you as the CAD Geek.
Of course, I can't really go around. Nobody knows, Donnie Gladfelter. They all seem to know the CAD Geek. So, it's on my name badge. Of course, here at AU, we've got Twitter. That seems to be, a very popular mechanism of communicating. And, so I'll post a tweet out there and people will kind of come back and, I'll bump into them in the hallways here in between classes. And so, yeah, it's a phenomenal network.
Yeah, your last tweet was something about I'm at the third column on the second floor. Come say hi.
Well, that's why they have GPS.
Touche. Now, first of all, tell me about what possessed you to start blogging about AutoCAD.
Sure. So, kind of my tagline on my blog is empowering CAD professionals. But kind of the interesting thing, before it really kind of turned into a blog, it was really, just me as an everyday user, like many of the people who come to my site today, as a way for me not to forget all the cool things that I learned, just bumping into people at local user groups or, at events like AU, wherever I happen to pick up those tips, I wanted a way to document them myself. And, what do you know? It seems like people from all over have, kind of enjoyed my tips and tricks and, insights and all that good stuff as well. And so,
and AutoCAD's been around for like 27 years. You're not even that old, I don't think.
Well, so I like to joke that I'm actually the same age as AutoCAD, actually slightly older.
Slightly older.
Slightly older. I was kind of born in the beginning of 1982, and AutoCAD came out in December of '82. So,
well, same year.
Same year.
So
right.
that works. And you have been using AutoCAD for some time as well?
Indeed.
Don't tell me 27 years, but
26 and a half. But who's counting? No, actually, I ended up starting in high school. Really, I guess '96, and then started interning out of my junior year CAD class. And
now that's fascinating. Let's talk for a minute about when you're in high school. Computer-aided design was one of your classes,
sure.
And you got an opportunity to start designing what initially that got you hooked on AutoCAD?
Well, actually what kind of got me hooked was, I guess, really a very, very insightful guidance counselor. I remember as I was getting ready to go into my freshman year of high school, sitting down with my guidance counselor, and she was kind of asking me these leading questions, right? Kind of, Donnie, what are your interests? And I said, well, I really like computers and I really like drawing, but the type of drawing I was talking about was, drawing landscape pictures in the art class or something, right?
And she's thinking sketching people's faces. No.
Right, and I don't know that she really knew what CAD was herself, but she kind of knew that it had something to do with computers and it had something to do with drawing, and that it might be something to pique my interest. And she somehow sold me on taking a CAD class my freshman year of high school. It was just a basic technical drawing class, just drawing kind of random machine parts, really kind of learning the software and kind of drafting principles and all that type of stuff. And
you fell in lust with CAD ever
exactly.
since.
I just kind of got hooked with it and kind of became one of the top students and competed and did all the kind of high school stuff, and was fortunate enough to land an internship kind of through a co-op program with the high school, and worked with them for a number of years, even after high school.
Okay.
And
so they obviously saw something in you, that you had that whole CAD geek thinking already going on.
Indeed.
And they're thinking, here's somebody who loves the program and knows how to use it, and also apparently is into design because you were doing some fun stuff with them. They thought, well, let's just pay him now.
That's right. So yeah, it was in fact a paid internship, so it wasn't completely pro bono, but it certainly paid a lot better than the grocery store I'd been working at before that.
But I'll bet you were redesigning bags or something at the grocery store.
Indeed.
The meantime, well, what's cool in your world these days then? Certainly with new things happening and with changes and constant features and upgrades to AutoCAD over 27 years, you've seen a whole lot of changes. What's the coolest stuff you're working with now?
So, obviously it's one of these industries like anything, technology related. It just does not stand still whatsoever. And, so kind of the developing trend these days seems to be, about this whole BIM concept. And so, for years now it's been 2D design.
And BIM being Building Information Management?
Building Information Modeling.
Modeling. Oh,
and,
okay.
So it's really kind of this concept of, we've kind of gone through this paradigm of going from 2D design into 3D design. But this concept of BIM is actually a little bit more than that, and so that's really kind of what this past year I've kind of seen. It's kind of been the overwhelming theme, right? So it's been now more about, okay, how can we use this model and kind of integrate all the various design disciplines and so forth. So what happens if the civil engineer moves their parking lot out a little bit? Might that have some sort of effect on the heating loads inside the building? Or if the architect kind of works with the MEP engineer to figure out a way to further optimize or analyze the loads and energy consumption. Really, it's about, I guess, using the 3D model to ask what if and being able to get the answer quickly enough that it doesn't completely blow the budget.
And this is the kind of stuff you blog about.
Exactly, and you can find all sorts of insights about that, and of course, software-based stuff, and of course, kind of as we were leading into there, kind of the CAD management side of things as well.
In our remaining 30 seconds, rumor has it you're writing a book now about AutoCAD. So I kind of envision that you're just taking all the blogging stuff and putting it on paper.
Something like that.
A little more involved, though?
A little bit more involved. So, of course, my blog, I love sharing all the great tips that I kind of stumble across over the years and so forth. But really, the book is going to kind of glue all that together, right? It's going to make it into really actually an interesting format. So it's going to kind of start out from, assuming you know nothing about AutoCAD and build you all the way up, kind of giving you a kind of a continuous tutorial, some 900 pages, I guess it's going to be, taking you from knowing nothing about AutoCAD to hopefully emerging as a pretty strong user.
Cool. Well, before the book gets out, you got to pick up on thecadgeek.com. Tell Donnie hello from Into Tomorrow and see if you can't blog along with him as it relates to computer-aided design and especially, of course, Autodesk's AutoCAD. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us, and good luck on finding a job. I'm sure that there's a lot of people out there that want your knowledge.
I'm sure. Thank you.
Okay, our pleasure. We're back with more as Into Tomorrow continues. I'm Dave Graveline. Don't go away. There's a whole lot more from Autodesk University.